So now we need to update the state with the new link that the user just created. And for that, around here, when we are actually adding the document, we will be calling the set links method. And as we want to persist the old state, we want to retain that, we will be passing in a function where the first argument is the old state. So we need to return back a new array where we just need to spread out the previous one and add in a new object for the new link. So for that, we already have the link, the document, this object. Let's spread it as such. And the other thing is we will actually be facing some issue with the created at, because the server timestamp locally we do not have the toDate method. So this thing might not work. So what instead we can do is we can override the created at, and just for the local one, like the local state, we can use the normal new date in such a way. But we do know that the next time the user they refresh or they fetch the entire thing from the database, we will be using the actual server timestamp. So this will work. And I think we also need to pass in the ID, the document ID, the document which is created. So we can get the ID from the response that is returned from the request. So response.id in such a way. And I think that's it. Let's test it out. If we create a new link, and alright, so that's working perfectly great. We do have the link, it has been added to the database, everything seems to work perfectly fine. Now I think we just need to work on sorting the list. We obviously want the link which was recently created to be shown first. And as you can see, currently this thing is the most recently created, so that's fine that it's at the very first. Then we have this thing which should be placed like at the very end, because as you can see, this one, the third one, should be placed in between. So in order to sort the array, I think maybe where we are mapping over the array, we can add in the sort, and it's going to be called with the previous link and the next link. And okay, 1 second. So I think maybe next link dot created at minus previous link dot created at, which means that if the next link was, let's just see, like if it is greater than the previous one, then it should be placed first. And I think, well, that did work, as you can see. So yeah, that did work. So the most recent one is placed at the very starting, and yeah, we do have the order. Let's just try creating one more link, and we can name it as new link, something like this. I'm out of names at this point. So that's great. Everything seems to work fine. In case you are a bit confused regarding the sort, you can check the MDN documents. They do have a very brief they do explain the entire thing very briefly. So I think that's great. And what else do we need to work on? There are a lot of other things. I think for the part of creating the links, this is it. Now we actually need to work on adding the cloud function, the thing that we discussed a couple of videos ago, maybe not a couple of videos ago, because this will be a merged one, but we discussed a while ago. So yeah, I think we do need to work on the cloud function now in order to kind of add in a new document in the global links collection. So yep, let's do that.